The actress and director Fiona Shaw reading W.B. Yeats' Easter, 1916 there. They talk of him as the man who reinvented football. The Dutch master Johan Cruff died today, a player and then a manager who gave a whole new philosophy to football. You might even say gave us the modern, inimitable Barcelona as it plays today. Just as importantly, he gave us the legacy, the Cruyff turn. We'll come to that in a moment with a little trepidation. But first, one of his biggest fans, our very own Stephen Smith, has this tribute to him.
He was the star of a very good team, very strong personality, and they were the best side around by a distance at that time. He invented this Cruyff turn, where he seemed to be managing to play the ball back through his own feet.
The little turn and the back flick, and completely wrong footing the fullback on that occasion. The style of his football and the grace.
Cruff was born a few hundred yards from the Ajax stadium, and his dad was a grocer who supplied Ajax with fruits and veg. His mother then used to go and clean the changing rooms at Ajax to make money. So they really lived at Ajax, and from the age of 4 he used to hang around the changing rooms. You know, everybody knew. This little toddler who was always hanging around kicking a ball, and so it really was his club in a way that's sort of unimaginable today.
The main thing for everybody, but especially for a sportsman, she must enjoy herself, otherwise you will never enjoy it and you will never be good.
He said that people who try to score these days hit the ball with their laces. He said, I could hit it with the side of the foot, the outside of both feet. He said, so therefore I'm 6 times better than the current player. And he had this certain aura about him. You know, not everybody liked him because he could be arrogant, and you struggled to get him to change his opinion. First time I met him when he was with Barcelona, and he came into the room smoking and took a couple of puffs and put it down on the ashtray and said, if Mikkels comes in, Reinders Mikkels, the manager, that's yours, all right? That was the first words he actually said to me.
I'll actually show you something, an advert you made a few years ago encouraging people to actually kick the habit.
Yeah. One of the nicest things. Soc Johan Cruff. A la meva vida he tingut 2 grans vicis, fumar i jugar a futbol. El futbol m'ha donat tota la vida. En canvi, fumar quasi me la treu.
How about that for control, with the cigarette box?
I was lucky enough to work for him at Barcelona for a year, and he was the best player in training most of the time, even though he's obviously way past his sell-by date in terms of playing. He was extraordinary as a coach. I learnt so much, even though, to be perfectly honest, you know, in those days there were only 2 foreign players allowed, and he clearly didn't want me there. He wanted me out.
You can't do anything more than being the best of your era, and he was that. He was the best from, say, 1971 to 1974. Unlike Maradona and Pelé, he never won a World Cup, but he didn't even think that was important. Winning for him was a kind of detail. What mattered was the process, the game. And he always said, you know, in 1974 we lost the final to Germany, but really we won the World Cup. Because everyone talks about our football and they don't talk about Germany's football.
Steve Smith, that's pretty much all we've got time for tonight, but how can we not leave you without recreating the signature move from the man himself? Joining us now, Danny McGee and Charlotte Lay. They're from Global Freestyle, experts in I guess, what you'd call the dark arts of football. And I know Cruyff meant an awful lot, Charlotte, to your family, didn't he?
He did, yeah. He was my dad's hero when my dad was growing up. So much so that my granddad actually bought my dad a colour TV for the '74 World Cup just so he could watch Cruyff in
So you
colour.
could see Cruyff when he saw the famous Cruyff turn. You're going to do that for us.
Yeah, I'd like to show you. So it's really easy, really effective. You're going to pretend to shoot and then just turn the opposite way like that.
I can see it's effective. I'm not sure I can see it's easy. But are you going to have a go?
Would you like
I'm
to
going to defend.
be
You're going to be my
Okay.
defender.
I'm not taking my eye off the ball.
So yeah, best way to do it, if you're going to move forward, pretend to shoot or cross and just turn out the opposite way with the inside of your foot and motor away. Would you like to have a little go?
No, I wouldn't. Come
on.
Right. I am left-footed, all right?
Yeah.
So I'm just going to try and copy. So back there.
Excellent.
Yeah, good.
Beautiful.